And we now have some breaking news for you out of the U.S. Supreme Court in Washington. The court has released its decision on whether Donald Trump can remain on the ballot in Colorado, a decision with national implications for the November presidential election. CBC's Katie Simpson's been looking over the ruling. It's just released. So, Katie, what does it say and what does it mean?
Donald Trump is allowed to remain on ballots in the state of Colorado. The court does not have the power to kick him off the ballots, which of course was the focus of this legal challenge that was taken all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. The decision was unanimous, all 9 justices agreeing. However, they had different reasonings for why they agree. But essentially, it is their position that the state does not have the power to determine who can be on a ballot. It's not up to the state. It's up to Congress to make a law. There are other reasons as well. But essentially, this decision means that a Colorado court cannot ban Donald Trump from being on election ballots. Now, the whole argument, this is focused really around January 6th and Donald Trump's involvement in what happened at the U.S. Capitol that day. There had been an argument presented to a Colorado court, and a Colorado court agreed that Donald Trump, because of his participation in what happened on January 6th, that court had ruled that Donald Trump had participated in an insurrection. There is a clause in the amendment, or in the Constitution, not to get too deep into the weeds here, but after the Civil War, the United States added a clause to the Constitution that said that anyone who engages in an insurrection or anyone who provides comfort or aids anyone who was involved in an insurrection, they can't hold office. It was meant to prevent Confederate generals from running for office, holding high office, and it's never been tested. This law has never been, or this amendment, this clause of the amendment has never been sort of challenged before until this moment. The Colorado court had ruled that, you know what, given what happened on January 6th, given Donald Trump's involvement under that, he should be banned from the ballots. Donald Trump appealed that all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, and the U.S. Supreme Court said, absolutely not, Colorado. You are in the wrong here. Donald Trump can be on this ballot.
The timing here, Katie, is remarkable. This comes before Super Tuesday voting. What are we expecting tomorrow?
Well, Colorado is one of the 15 states plus 1 territory that will be taking part in Super Tuesday. And so having some clarity before the vote actually takes place will be helpful for voters there. Also, it will send a signal to 2 other states, Maine and Illinois. They had also pursued similar avenues to try to boot Donald Trump from election ballots. But this ruling will be what is the standard for states. Those other efforts by states are likely not going to go anywhere. They're likely done now. So Donald Trump is expected to, he's heavily favored in all of the contests tomorrow. He's won all but one of the caucus and primaries so far in the Republican race to be the Republican presidential nominee. Nikki Haley won her first contest yesterday. She won the District of Columbia, which is a very heavily Democratic community. There's not a lot of Republicans that live in Washington, D.C. But again, Donald Trump getting a big win from the courts today. It was an expected win. It was largely expected the court would rule this way, but it's a big shot of momentum before Super Tuesday, where Donald Trump is expected to absolutely dominate and get even closer to trying to clinch the nomination to be the Republican presidential nominee.
Katie Simpson with breaking news for us there from Washington. Thank you.
Thanks.